everyone, I warmly welcome all of you to second session of traffic engineering, which is an elective subject for your curriculum. In the last session, we have been seeing detailed course structure, mark distribution, list of units and list of practicals that we have to perform for the particular subject. From today's session, we will start our unit number 1, that is fundamentals of traffic engineering, which is for 4 marks for your curriculum examination. In this chapter, we will see the following points one by one in detail. Like the first point is traffic engineering. In this point, we will see definition, object and scope. In second point, road user characteristics. Like in earlier, we recall the requisite knowledge for the subject which is required to continue the study of this new subject. For that, we have been seeing the road characteristics, how the road should perform, what is the object of the roads, right? Like it should give you easy and quick transportation from one place to another place. Its construction and maintenance should be cheaper, etc. So further to that, in this chapter, we will learn user characteristics, means who is using that road or using the facility of road transportation, its physical, mental and emotional factors that affects the journey or the transportation system. Thirdly, we will see vehicular characteristics, like what are the different characteristics of vehicle or the specifications of the vehicles, and accordingly how the roads are get designed. In the designing of the roads, we will consider the factors like width, length, height, weight, speed and efficiency of braking of the vehicle. In fourth point, we will see road characteristics according to the specifications. In the earlier chapter, we concentrate according to the function, according to the performance. In this chapter, we will study road characteristics according to the IRC specifications, or you can say like component wise, what are the parts of the roads, how the different parts collects with each other and form and complete road. Like in that, we will see gradient, curve of a road, design speed, friction between road and tire surface, how much it is to be allowable, how it is to be get considered while designing any particular road. And the last is reaction time. For that, factors affecting reaction time, and there is one theory which is called as PIEV theory. In this point, we will specifically concentrate on the behavior of a driver, its reaction time for any obstruction, for stopping action, for moving action, and what is the theory behind that, and how it varies person to person, and which causes easy or quick transportation system, or maybe it causes an accidental situation. So moving to our point number 1, that is 1.1.1. What is traffic engineering? First of all, we have to know what is traffic engineering. According to one definition by USA, this definition is worldwide used and performed for the design criteria. In that, they are saying it is a phase of highway engineering in which corresponding with the planning and design of roads, highways and abutting lands, right? What it is? It is a phase of highway engineering which corresponds with the planning and design of roads, highways and abutting lands. Abutting lands mean the extra land we can provide for the future development along the length of the roadway, with the various traffic operations for the safe, suitable, convenient and economic transportation of persons and goods is called as traffic engineering. Again, we will recall the definition. According to Institute of Traffic Engineering, USA, states that traffic engineering is a phase of highway engineering which corresponds with the planning and design of roads, highways and abutting lands, with the various traffic operations for the safe, suitable, convenient and economic transportation of persons and goods is called as traffic engineering. The other definition you can refer, it is a branch of engineering which deals with the continuous improvement of traffic performance of road network and terminals by systematic traffic studies. According to this definition, they wanted to say that it the branch of engineering, right? In engineering or in civil engineering, there are each and every different branches which forms depending upon the requirement of, or purpose. Like if you can say structural civil engineering. So the structural refers to the design of the structure and execution of any structure. Secondary, traffic engineering, right? Masters in traffic engineering. So the traffic engineering is again a one branch of civil engineering. Likewise, civil engineering is distributed in different branches according to the performance, according to requirement, according to function. So traffic engineering is branch of engineering or branch of civil engineering which deals with the continuous improvement of traffic performance of the road network and terminals by systematic traffic studies. According to this definition, we need to perform a traffic study along the roadway and along the terminal stations. According to that, we can provide or we can give the suggestions to improve the traffic performance or the traffic system at a particular location. The another definition is the branch of civil engineering which deals with science of measuring traffic, planning, designing and operating systems to achieve safe and efficient movements of persons and goods. So again it deals with what? Science of measuring traffic. Again it is same that you have to measure the traffic at an intersection point along the roadway. You have to plan accordingly. You have to give a design accordingly. Right? What is the difference between planning and designing? Planning means you are proposing that this systems is to be get implemented with these options of solutions, and designing you are giving an exact details of drawings, details of estimates. That phase is called as designing. And operating system consists of the execution of designing phase to achieve safe and efficient movements of the persons and goods. So along these with three definitions, you can refer anyone whenever it is asked in the examination or in your daily routine. Next is further moving towards the syllabus. The one most important point is element to be studied for the traffic studies. As in the earlier, we said that we need to study the traffic flow. So by using which parameters you can study that very easily. Like first of all, road users. You should know the volume of the road users, capacity of the road users, thinking of the road users, or overall mentality or the phenomena of the road users. Secondary, you should know the vehicles details, like which kind of vehicles are passing through that road. If it is an internal road, so obviously four-wheeler, two-wheelers will be get easily passed. If it comes of highway situation, then you know the bigger containers also can pass in any situation. So accordingly, you need to vary your design specifications depending upon the vehicular activity. Traffic flow characteristics, right? In these characteristics, how much traffic is being passed per day during the peak hours, during non-peak hours, during the nights. That study you have to know or you have to perform by using traffic studies or traffic volume studies that you will experience in your practical number 2. Next was traffic volume study. Again, it is related to this. After doing the traffic volume study, you will propose a flow chart or the flow characteristic chart of that traffic flow. Next was speed study, that how much vehicle with the speed can pass through that particular road, particular highway, particular expressway. Accordingly, the limits of speed get varies. Origin and destination study means leaving from some point and arriving at a particular point. That study will define the traffic flow throughout the city and which helps to manage the intersection points. Parking study, that is the current biggest issue, like where to park the vehicle, right? So before proposing any roads, before proposing any society, any commercial areas, any public areas, firstly we have to consider this most important parameter, that is parking study, that there should be every time an open space to be provided for parking of the vehicles. Next was accidental studies, right? Mostly these accidental studies are being performed on highways, expressways, state highways, etc. Because on the internal side of the roads, the 90% is a road user's fault for creating an accidental situation, or sometimes 1 to 2% there is a road condition. But in or on highways, there may be a different factors that affects, that creates the accidental situations. For that purpose, at any location, at any intersection point, we have to consider or we have to study for the accidents situations and provide remedial measures at that particular situation. The next second point is objectives or purpose of traffic engineering. Why we need to study this subject? First of all, to have safe, efficient traffic flow with minimum or zero accidents or accidental situation, right? Whenever you want to reach somewhere, you have to reach as early as possible, but with a safety factor also. So for that, your traffic engineering will help you to make your journey safe and efficient. Secondary, to plan different phases like expressways, arterial roads, and parking facilities. Like in the earlier lecture, we see the classification of roadways. So, according to the function, according to the requirement, we need to plan for the different phases like expressway. As expressway is a having length of single lane more than 7 meter up to 15 meter, right? The speed limit is also 80 km per hour or above that. It is to be compulsory to maintain higher speed throughout the expressway, etc. That is its requirement. So accordingly, you have to provide the expressways. Arterial roads. Arterial roads are nothing but the road distribution in a particular city. In last lecture, we have been seeing the types of roads in urban area in a particular city. So in that we have been seeing arterial roads, subarterial roads, collector streets and local streets. Okay. So according to traffic volume, we have to propose width of these roads in internal city and also the parking facility. Thirdly, to improve the traffic performance of road networks and terminals by systematic traffic studies. The best example for this is if you wanted to provide a signal system at an intersection point. For that purpose, you need to know the road network, which roads or how much roads are getting intersect at that particular point, and terminus. From there, is there any near intersection is available or at what distance it is available? These basic studies will help you to manage or to design a perfect terminus station by using or providing signal systems at an intersection. Further, to apply the various traffic devices within the low cost, right? Nowadays, you can see there is a signal which runs on a solar. So it is a low cost signal. Also, it will store the energy and that is being utilized for a rainy weather seasons. And the last one, to consider the developing systems to enable pedestrian movements, right? In number of roads, we can see there is a no shoulder portion or a particular passage is being provided for the pedestrian movements. Pedestrian is nothing but the persons who are walking, right? So for that purpose also, we need to study traffic engineering. Okay. Nextly, we will see what is the scope of traffic engineering in point 1.1.3. First of all, we have been seeing the definition of traffic engineering. Secondary, we have been seeing objectives. Next, we will see the scope of traffic engineering. Various traffic characteristics, various traffic operations to control the flow of traffic, traffic planning and designing to have safe and suitable controlled traffic, geometric design of traffic, and suitable commandable traffic administration play a vital role in the scope of traffic engineering. So, following will be shows the scope of traffic engineering in various categories. First is traffic characteristics. There are two types like vehicular limitations and human limitations. Vehicular limitations and human limitations are the important traffic characteristics. In human limitations, there are various human limitations such as physical limitations, mental limitations, and emotional limitations, like in vision, in hearing, in fatigue, etc. comes under the physical limitations of an human. In vehicular limitations, the weight, size, and power of the vehicles depends and varies according to the different vehicle conditions, which we have to consider in a vehicular limitation that directly affects the traveling activity. Okay. In the secondary, we will see traffic operations, right? Whenever the traffic flow is there, so first of all, we will study about the vehicle limitations and human limitations. Vehicular limitations means you will know or you will study in detail which kind of vehicles, which size of vehicles, and how much the weight of the individual vehicle is being passed on that particular road per day. As referred to last lecture, general classification of roads according to traffic flow per day and according to road carrying capacity in tons per day, one tabular form was there. So that is much more helpful to study all these characteristics. Next was traffic operations, means how to manage the traffic, how the operations is being performed to manage the traffic. First was there is traffic rules and regulations should be provided. Secondary, traffic control devices are being installed to manage the traffic flow to perform a traffic operation. It is also one of the important category which directly responsible for the scope of traffic engineering. Traffic operations consist of traffic rules and regulations, traffic control devices such as traffic signs, signals, markings, channelizings, and islands, provision of islands. Like, for example, on a road at an intersection point, you see or observe any structure is constructed at the center at the time of the turning point, at the time of the movement, you complete one round around that structure and transfer to another direction. So such structure is called as provision of the islands. Okay. Now you in daily life you already have been seen different traffic signs and signals that are to be provided, and the markings of the road permit are being provided to manage the traffic operation. Next, it's having a scope in traffic planning and design. There is a wide scope in traffic planning and design of good roads, highways, which includes the program of construction, planning of major streets and freeways, terminals, off-street parkings, etc. Right? In the next scope is in geometric design of traffic. It is also one of the important category in which the design of streets, expressways, highways, interchanges, intersections, shopping centers, parking lots are mainly considered. In the next, that is traffic administration. There is overall control over by the traffic administration, right? Because of this phase, all these above activities are being properly managed and maintained. In this, preparing various rules and regulations and its implementation are governed by the category of the traffic administration. It involves three E's, that is engineering, enforcement, and education, in which engineering involves the improvement of road geometrics, providing additional road facilities, and installation of suitable designed traffic control systems and use of the latest technology. Right? In engineering phase, you will suggest preventive measures or improvement techniques to avoid the traffic jam situation. For that purpose, you propose that there should be an increment in the width of the pavement, there should be a provision of a proper signals, etc. In enforcement, it is usually carried out through the various traffic laws, rules, regulations, and controls. Like there is an speed limit, there is an height limit for a particular vehicle, there is an provision of weight limits also. So provision of all these rules and regulations is being considered under enforcement. In education, it is made possible by the adequate publicity through the schools and television media. These all rules and regulations is being made aware to each and every person. So all these activities are considered under the traffic administration, and for that purpose you need to know the basic knowledge about the traffic engineering. So that's why in traffic engineering is and nowadays scope in traffic administration management work under enforcement, education and engineering streams. Nextly, we will see the traffic characteristics. There are three kinds or categories of traffic characteristics. In that, first is road user characteristics, vehicular characteristics, and road characteristics. Right? In the earlier session, we have been seeing these road characteristics according to its performance. How performance is to be done, which requirement is to be get filled. That according to that, it should be easy and quick, and construction and maintenance activity should be cheaper. Any kind of the vehicle can use the road transportation system likewise, right? So in this we will see in detail according to the components, performance of each and every component. That was the performance of a complete road, and in this we will see the performance of an individual component. Like in a building structure, there are the different components like column, beam, slab, footing, and everyone's function is different, right? Like slab is being rested, which transfers the load to the beams. Beams are rested on the columns are rested on the footing, and likewise the load is being properly distributed throughout the system. Same here in the roads, there are different components of the roads and the phenomena that are being utilized for the formation of perfect road transportation system. Next, we will see all these characteristics one by one. In that, first we will start road user characteristics. Right, the human element is involved in all actions of the road users, either as a pedestrian or cyclist or car driver, etc. So the physical, mental, and emotional characteristics of humans being affect their ability to operate any vehicle safely or to serve or treat as a pedestrian. Hence, it is important to the traffic engineering to study the characteristics and limitations of the road users. So, there are further categorization of the road user characteristics like permanent. We will see one by one. Permanent characteristics. In that, physical characteristics is there. The physical characteristics of the road users can be temporary or the permanent. There are various permanent characteristics such as vision, hearing, strength, and general reaction which are more responsible in a traffic situation. Like some people are unable to hear voice clearly, which is of the vehicle coming from the opposite direction, coming from the back side, etc. Or Some people have a vision problem. They cannot see vehicle which is far away from their individual vehicle or which is completely nearer to the vehicle. So like these problems are with road users. These problems may be permanent or may be temporary. Like you can say the vision, hearing, strength and the reaction time. Right. So whenever the reaction point is comes, it depends and varies according to the person. Like if someone slaps to you, then it depend on your mentality how you gonna react to front person, and that varies person to person. If person catches anger very easily and very suddenly, so he will slap again within a fraction of second. Or if a person with his nature is so calm, so he will react very slowly or ignores it. So according to the reaction time while driving any vehicle on a road surface varies according to person. Secondary was mental. So you know or you aware about this phenomena, like mental stage of person varies according to their mood swings, right? In mental criteria, we will see its skill, its knowledge. Skill means how he can handle his own vehicle in any situation. Knowledge about road surface and about his own vehicle, that how much speed he can drive, etc. His experience of driving and handling the situation, his intelligence and literacy. Literacy means his complete performance, which varies according to the particular situation. So these are the permanent road user characteristics that we will study in detail. Also, there is a one characteristic, that is the environmental characteristics, right? So the facility to overtake for faster vehicles due to traffic stream such as mixed traffic or the heavy traffic, the environmental situation varies, and depending upon that we need to manage our traffic situation, right? In this there is the second one, that is a psychological, right? There may be a psychological problem to someone, and it is also one of the factor which affects the reaction to the traffic situation of road users to a great extent. It includes emotional factors like anger, fear, attitude, maturity, reaction time, etc. Dangerous actions are likely because of the impatience. Some of the road users do not respect to the traffic rules and regulations just because of their casual behavior. जैसे कि हम लोग कहते हैं क्या होता है सिग्नल तोड़ने से, है ना, और चले जाते हैं वहां से. इन केस अगर वहां पे एक्सीडेंट हो जाता है, so it's our responsibility that we didn't follow the traffic rules and regulations, and that was just because of your psychological nature, right? In the next, we will see which are the temporary characteristics, like alcoholic. If maybe some person is driving vehicle with an alcoholic addiction, drug addiction, due to the workload, heavy workload, he is maybe suffering from a stress, illness or anger. So all these factors that may be permanent or the temporary affects at the time of driving, and which affects to create or to avoid the accidental situation. So up to this, you recall all the contents, and in further lecture we will continue to the further points. Thank you.